The House will come to order. Members, I am very excited to welcome Nicole Cates, cousin of Representative English and guest of the Black Caucus today, performing Lift Every Voice.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the glistening skies. Let us resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
That was beautiful, thank you. Today, Autumn Mariotti and Alma Dumitru will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. They are from the STEM Lab in North Glen, Colorado, guests of Representative Wilford.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representatives Amabile, Armagost, Bacon, Byrd, Bockenfeld, Basenecker, Bottoms, Bradfield, Bradley, Brown, Catlin, Doherty, DeGraff, Degree-Kennedy, Dixon, Duran, English, Epps, Evans, Frizzell, Froelich, Garcia, Gonzalez Gutierrez, Hamrick, Hartsook, Herod, Holtorf, Judah, Joseph, Kip, Representative Kip, Leader, Lindsay, Linstead, Luck, Lukens, Representative Lukens, Lynch, Mabry, Marshall, Martinez, Morrow,
Here.
McCormick, McLaughlin, Michelson Janae, Ortiz, Parenti, Puglisi, she's here, Ricks, Representative Ricks, here, Sharbini, Sirota, she's here, Snyder, Soper, Story, Taggart, Titone, Valdez, Velasco, Vigil, Weinberg, Weissman, Wilford, Representative Wilford's excused, Wilson, Winter, Woodrow,
Present.
Young, and Madam Speaker.
Members, with 64 present, 1 excused, we do have a quorum. And I don't know if he's a glutton for punishment or just an overachiever, but members, Representative Winter has a motion for us today.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Journal of Tuesday, January 31st, 2023 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You've heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. It is clear to me. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Announcements and introductions. Representative Weissman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, members. This is an announcement about today's House Judiciary Committee business. Reminder, we are meeting as the Joint Judiciary Committee today with our Senate colleagues. At 1:30, we'll be over in the Old State Library, the big room that way. This is to conclude our annual SMART hearings that had to get rescheduled from the snow. Today, we will be hearing from the Office of the State Auditor, the Judicial Branch, the Commission on Judicial Discipline, and the Behavioral Health Administration. See you at 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Education Committee, we have 2 bills up today, House Bill 231007 and House Bill 231064. It is going to be a great, exciting time in education, and we do not meet on Thursday. So if you wanted a time off, this is it, but it's the last time this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Froelich.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House, Transportation, Housing, and Local Government is one better than education. We have 3 bills this afternoon, LSBA 1022, 1048, and 1014. Be there.
Representative Michelson Janae.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of the Public and Behavioral Health and Human Services Committee, we will be meeting today at 1:30 in room 112. That is a change from our normal room. We will be in room 112, and we will be hearing House Bill 1071.
Representative Kipp.
Good morning, Energy and Environment members. Although you do not see a bill on your calendar for today, we are still meeting upon adjournment, 15 minutes upon adjournment over in LSBA. And we're going to be getting a briefing today on transmission lines because energy has to get from one place to another place, right? So anybody interested in this exciting topic, you should feel energized if you want to come join us.
Representative Story. Thank you, Representative Catlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, everyone. Tomorrow morning at 8:15, the Capital Development Committee will be meeting in Senate Committee Room 357, and we have a number of items on our agenda. Please be there.
Representative Catlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
And an honor to serve with you.
Thank you. Members, on your desk, there's a flyer to let you know that Western Colorado University will be here tomorrow morning for a coffee reception. They'd like to get a chance to meet you and you to meet them. That's a very, very impressive little university over in Gunnison, Colorado. They've done some amazing things. They've got some amazing environmental courses and are turning out professionals every year in their graduating class. I'm very proud to have them in my district. They're new to my district, but I'm very proud that Western Colorado University is in the 58th district, which is still and always will be the best district in the state of Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Catlin. Assistant Minority Leader Puglisi. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is an honor to serve with you.
And an honor to serve with you.
Thank you. Just a quick announcement. There will be an Oil and Gas 101 presentation tomorrow in room 109 at 7:45 a.m. And it'll go over the basics of oil and gas production and regulations that protect public health, welfare, and safety. And I hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, Representative Ricks.
Good morning, members. Thank you for tuning in for our lovely colleague who sang. The song she sang this morning was Lift Every Voice in honor of Black History Month. It is February. Black History Month was started as Black History Week in 1926.
Representative Ricks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And so for Black History Month, every week we will be doing a presentation telling you Black history facts, so stay tuned. And we want you to participate if you can as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a beautiful rendition of that song. Great way to start our day. Representative Amabile.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say that business will not be meeting at all today, but we will be meeting tomorrow, and we'll hear 2 bills tomorrow. So I'll be back. Thanks.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Doherty.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, I would like to draw your attention to guests with us today who are sitting right over here on the floor. The Colorado Society of Anesthesiologists asks you, along with them, to recognize the University of Colorado Residents' Day at the Capitol. Colorado Society of Anesthesiologists is a nonprofit educational association representing over 600 licensed physicians in the state of Colorado who are engaged in the practice of or otherwise specifically interested in anesthesiology. It is the mission of the Colorado Society of Anesthesiologists to advance and further both patient safety and the practice of anesthesiology in Colorado through education, representation, and advocacy for the anesthesiologists of Colorado. The residents are joined today by the current president of CSA, Dr. Steven Zeichner. The University of Colorado anesthesia residents visiting today and their colleagues who could not be here are required by the American College of Graduate Medical Education Anesthesia to understand policy and advocacy.
Representative Hartsook.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, everyone. The University of Colorado is one of the largest training sites for new doctors and residents.
Representative, one moment, please. Members, please take your conversations to the side. The volume in here is getting a little loud. Representative Hartsook, please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. CU has over 1,200 residents, and they train over 113 specialties that include 56 in anesthesiology. Anesthesiology residents serve the greater Denver community through pandemic, and now they're endeavoring to keep everything going as the number of patients continue to increase and there are staffing shortages. Resident physicians are doctors who provide specialty care to their patients under the supervision of a senior-level anesthesiologist. Anesthesia residents work throughout hospitals, including ICUs, labor and delivery, operating rooms, and hospital wards in the ERs. They care for everything from brain injuries, cancer, gunshot wounds, accidents, you name it, they're involved. At a minimum, anesthesiologists spend over 12 years in training and education beyond high school. They undergo as many as 16,000 hours of clinical training to provide quality care for patients and their families. They prove that an investment in physician training is an investment for the next pandemic and anything that comes our way. The subsequent staffing shortage and the future of healthcare of Colorado rests in their hands. Thank you.
Representative Herod.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I'm really excited to see all of these anesthesiologists here today. A quick little story is my brother, Marcus Herod, is also an anesthesiologist, but he had a pretty tough journey. He went to Harrison High School down in Colorado Springs, where I went to school, did not perform very well, but went to Adams State University. I'm not sure which of our friends represent Adams State. There we go. All right. Adams State, and played football, where he was the tall black kid who was and big, very big, and was supposed to be good at football, and instead was the worst at football. Very clumsy, and could not. Well, let me just say, the red shirt was as far as he got. And so he also failed out of Adams State University. He went home to live with my mom, who was OBGYN in the Army, and my mom told him he had to join the military or leave the house, basically, or go to school. And so he stayed in the basement, got really depressed, and went to UCCS. And during that time he was there, he found a science kit from when we were little that was never opened. He opened the kit and started tinkering around and realized he had a passion for science. He was really interested also in the medical profession. He went through UCCS, majored in some type of science, I don't remember which one, and then went on to medical school. And now he is serving as an anesthesiologist with the Navy. So as a young kid who was told he couldn't be or do anything but play football, and now he's able to contribute to our family and to this country as an anesthesiologist with his hardship station at Guantanamo Bay, I can't be more proud of him. And so I just wanted to say, as he finishes up and retires after 20 years in the Navy, that I look forward to him joining the ranks of the anesthesiologists right here in Colorado and bringing my brother home. So thank you all so much for being here. Please stand and be acknowledged. Thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you. Members, we have a tribute. Representative Judah.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I ask that the tribute be read at length.
Mr. Schiebel.
The House of Representatives convened in the 74th General Assembly hereby extends sincere recognition and honor to World Hijab Day, February 1st, 2023. The hijab, a traditional veil which covers a woman's hair and chest, has been very important to the history of Islam and is meant to promote dignity and respect for women while maintaining modesty and respect for religious faith. World Hijab Day is a day set aside for women of different cultures who do not normally wear the hijab to experience wearing one for the day. Its purpose is to encourage religious tolerance, cultural understanding, and international solidarity. Since its inception, women from all over the world have participated in World Hijab Day, and to combat prejudice, leaders in the American Muslim community are working tirelessly to show that wearing the hijab is a choice, a freedom, and a blessing. Wearing the hijab educates our fellow citizens about Islam in ways that are relevant and meaningful. The Colorado House of Representatives honors the important events which remind us of the rich and diverse heritage of our great state and honors America's greatest strength of embracing our different faiths and allowing our members to express themselves freely while encouraging greater religious tolerance and understanding in our communities. On request of Representative Iman Judah, given this first day of February 2023, State Capitol, Denver.
Representative Judah.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, members, and thank you for your allyship. Please be seated. So I know World Hijab Day isn't very well known, but I think that will be quickly changing. Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, as well as here in the United States. There are 100,000 Muslims in Colorado, spread through every single one of our districts. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to honor and elevate a lot of Muslim women who choose to wear the hijab. But today isn't just about honoring Muslim women, it's about the right to choose, her right to choose to wear the hijab, and to elevate all women around the world. For Muslim women, the hijab can be a physical embodiment of her rights, her choice, her freedoms that elevate the status of women in Islam enjoy. Women everywhere are often faced with discrimination, having to work twice as hard. But it's days like today, on World Hijab Day, that women can come together and honor what each one of us holds true to our own identity. For women everywhere to be unapologetic about their birthright to enjoy the same freedoms as men. One day in the near future, I will wear the hijab full-time and every day. And just like now, I will always welcome the conversation about Islam and what it means to be a Muslim woman. But regardless of what day it is, or how you identify spiritually or otherwise, we can all stand in that shared belief that every one of us is created equal. On that note, I want to invite all women in this chamber and in the building to join me on the grand staircase on the first floor upon adjournment to try on your very own hijab. I have quite a bit of them, and we can get a really big group picture of the women who are standing in solidarity and who really believe in lifting other women up. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Judah. Members, while I have your attention, our next order of business is general orders. Second reading of bills. Representative Froelich.
Madam Speaker, I move the House resolve itself into a committee of the whole for consideration of general orders.
Members, you have heard the motion. The House will now resolve itself into the committee of the whole for consideration of general orders. Representative Froelich will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there is a request for reading a bill at length. Committee reports are printed and are in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads. Bills will be laid over upon a motion of the majority leader, and the coat rule is relaxed. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title of House Bill 1006.
House Bill 1006 by Representatives Young and Doherty, also Senator Exum, concerning the notice requirements of employers regarding income tax credits and in connection therewith, requiring employers to notify employees of the availability of the federal earned income tax credit, the state earned income tax credit, the federal child tax credit, and the state child tax credit.
Representative Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We move House Bill 1006 21-006 and the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report.
To the committee report, Representative Young.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is an honor to serve to you. Did I mention that? It is an honor to serve with you.
Thank you, Rep. Young. Right back at you.
So what we did in committee at the request of the Chamber of Commerce in the state of Colorado was amended the bill to eliminate the timelines, expand the timelines in which businesses would have to report to their employees about this requirement, to inform them about EITC and CTC tax credits, and also change the form in which an employer would have to inform their employee, adding electronic communication to a possible way to communicate with employees in addition to paper. So now an employer only has to report to the employee once a year. I urge and I vote on the committee report.
The question before us is a Business Affairs and Labor report. Is there any discussion? Representative Holtorf.
Amendment.
Oh, which was?
But you should have been listening. There's only one amendment.
Backing out. Not the amendment.
The question before us is the Business Affairs and Labor report. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the Business Affairs and Labor report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Doherty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In tax year 2019, for returns filed in 2020, the most recent year for which there is data, about $270 million in federal EITC credits went unclaimed by Colorado residents, and it's likely that at least $515 million in federal CTC credits went unclaimed. Amounts are likely higher today and don't include unclaimed state EITC credits. I don't know about you, but I think we need to bring as much of those dollars as we can back into the state of Colorado. And in 2021, the Department of Treasury estimated that at least 36,763 children in Colorado are at risk of missing out on the CTC. So with that, I would ask for an aye vote on House Bill 1006.
Representative Young.
Low and no income families don't enroll for state and federal earned income tax credits or state and federal child tax credits at a high rate in the state of Colorado. We are currently the fourth lowest state claiming these tax credits. Either taxpayers aren't aware of the programs or aren't sure how to enroll. The EITC and CTC offer low and middle income households thousands of dollars in income support each year, but often go unclaimed. Once targeted families enroll, there is a high probability they will continue to enroll. These tax credits can help improve outcomes for families by improving child nutrition, health, and school performance. A study of the initial impacts of these payments showed it strongly reduced food insufficiency. The initial payments in 2021 led to a 25% decline in food insufficiency among low-income households with children. As you have heard, the requirements for an employer have changed as far as timeline, and means that they communicate this information to employees. What will happen is the Department of Revenue will provide sample text for employers about the tax credits potentially available to them and translate it into a variety of languages, include a link to a website with free tax help resources. This will bolster current tax credit and tax filing efforts by the Colorado Department of Public Health. Research indicates that income tax from tax credits benefits individuals at virtually every stage of life. We should work to ensure everyone who is eligible is receiving this relief. I urge an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Representative Taggart.
Madam Chair, thank you. I raised some questions in our particular committee on this subject, and the subject is for companies that their corporate headquarters are not here housed in Colorado, but they have employees in Colorado, how this would work. And the assurance I got was that we would reach out, we had a method of reaching out to some 800,000 companies of that nature. I made a few phone calls to fellow leaders of companies that I know on this particular subject, and their response was, Rick, we do not get those consistently. It puts us in a very difficult situation. You have to remember there are 50 states, of which we're just one, and it just makes the HR department of in this particular case, multinational corporations, very, very difficult to keep up with these types of credits. The response I got from folks was it would be much better if the Department of Revenue reached out directly to the employees as compared to putting a requirement on us because we can't keep up with these things at a corporate level. So while I voted for this in the committee, I did not get the information that was consistent, that we're getting this information to corporations across the country, and I can no longer vote for it. Thank you.
Good enough. Representative Holtorf.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a pleasure and honor to serve with you today.
Same to you, Representative Holtorf.
As I analyzed the bill and spoke with members of the committee, some things that I feel need to be highlighted in this chamber that are very important need to be presented. The first point is that once again, government is asking employers to carry their pail of water, to do a task for them, and I would say free of charge. Allow me to explain. When you talk about the HR department for farms and ranches, for small businesses, for medium-sized businesses in this state, for our farm and ranch, it's my wife and I. That's the HR department. Now, if you give us more regulations, if you give us more burdens, if you give us more tasks for our businesses, small, medium, or large, and there is no compensation for that duty, then that's called an unfunded mandate. But you say, oh, this is a small thing. You're already doing it with respect to federal and state income tax withheld through your W-4 statements that have to go out every year. But ladies and gentlemen, let me make this really strong point. How does small business and medium business do that? Well, I'm going to explain how we do that because I think everybody in this chamber needs to know. We have to hire an accounting firm. Usually it's a group of accountants in an association, then they charge an hourly rate. They call it billable hours. Oh wait, they do that in the legal field too. It's just the rates are much higher in the legal world than the accounting world. And your billable hours are tracked very closely for all the work that these accountants do for your business. Well, let me point out that now, thanks to this bill, House Bill 1006, you have just added more billable hours to my small business. Is that business friendly? Now, I understand that you think, well, this is such a small thing. Why, Representative Holtorf, do you stand up and make such an issue about this? It is because here's another example of death by 1,000 cuts, ladies and gentlemen. You add more and more things for small, medium, and large businesses to do. But are you truly business friendly? Do you help us in every regard so we can grow, expand, and cover those costs that you ask us to pay for? Every year, I have a meeting with my accountant, and we go over all the new regulations and rules that we have to cover in small business. Ladies and gentlemen, this chamber over the last several years has added an enormous amount of new requirements. That meeting with my accountant went over an hour. New hourly rates, new rates and time and a half rates, new ways of tracking overtime, family, sick leave, paid sick leave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you give more regulatory a burden to the small business space, I will tell you, you are not helping us. Small business is suffering and choking on the regulations coming out of this chamber over the last several years, and apparently they're not going to stop. I will tell you, for the small businesses in rural eastern Colorado, we're not asking for more rules and regulations and more things and more tasks to do. And if you really want us to do them, then pay us to do them for you, state government. Reduce our tax rates. Perhaps. Give us tax credits for all these things you want us to do for you, so we can carry your pail of water. Thank you, Madam Chair, for your time.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of House Bill 1006. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. No. The ayes have it. House Bill 1006 is passed. Mr. Shebo, please read the title of House Bill 1001.
House Bill 1001 by Representatives Kipp and McLaughlin, also Senator Zenzinger, concerning expanding financial assistance for educator programs.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you. I move House Bill 1001 on second reading, and I also move the education report.
To the education report.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you. We did make one technical amendment to change a year on here, and that was what the amendment did.
The question before us is the passage of the education report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The education report is passed. Representative Kipp.
Thank you, everybody. For those of you who were here last year, this is sort of a deja vu on HB 22-1220, because what we found during the interim, as with all large bills, is sometimes you need to, you learn things in between sessions and you need to come back and fix them. So basically, we needed to broaden the grants a little bit in this bill to make sure that the ARPA dollars, the federal dollars, which have already been allocated, get used by the deadline so that we don't have to return them to the federal government. This will allow a very successful program, because we've been getting great reviews, to be expanded and continue, because what we are really trying to do is address the teacher shortage in the state. As we all know, the teacher shortage was bad before the pandemic and it got worse during the pandemic. So we want to make sure that we can continue to eliminate barriers to people who want to become educators in our state.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you. Student teachers in particular have to, when they do their student teaching, they have to pay tuition, and they are also not allowed to work. They don't have time to work. So sometime in between a whole semester's worth of paying money to somebody else and not being able to earn any money, somehow rent still needs to be paid and you still need to eat. So this is really a way to get all of our student teachers across the finish line. We think we'll be getting a much more diverse type of student teacher that comes in, but we are here to help them for that last semester's worth of work so that they can become the teachers that we need in our system.
Excellent. Representative Bottoms.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Amendment L002 and ask it be displayed.
The amendment is properly before us and displayed. Please proceed, Representative Bottoms.
Well, coming from educator household, both my parents were educators. My father was a superintendent. My mother was a teacher for a long time, and then my mother became an administrator, principal. And I watched this for all my life, the disparity, huge disparity between administration salaries and teacher salaries. And while I like the concept of this bill, I'm uncomfortable adding principals or administrators in at the same level. I'm going to give you some examples. Statewide principals and vice principals earn $35,000 more on average than the average teacher. And I'm about teacher. I'm about the people that are actually in the classrooms with the students. I understand administrators are important, but I don't think that the disparity says that we all believe that. In Colorado, school administrators make $98,329 on average. In Westminster, the average is $118,000, $570. In Boulder, the average is $122,131. While the average statewide is less, it is still 50% more on average higher than the teachers are making. And so, and in addition to that, the administrators also make around $19,000 for health insurance for them, their spouse, and their children. All of this added in, I think that while obviously administrators have a difficult job, I don't think it's the same category as what the teachers are going through. And definitely the disparity says that teachers should have the ability to have this benefit, while administrators, unless they, and my amendment says, unless they make at least less than $35,000 more than the teacher. So if an administrator makes $22,000, this would be applicable to them. If they make the average, which is $35,000, they would not be eligible for this. Because I do believe in teachers and I believe in what teachers are trying to do. And so I am strongly standing on this specifically because of good governance, that we're trying to do the right thing by the right people, that the bill says we're trying to do the right thing by. And so I again ask for an aye vote for this amendment.
Representative Kipp.
Thank you. I do appreciate the, we do appreciate the intent behind the amendment because we certainly want to see the money to go where it's most needed. However, as I said before, we also not only have a teacher shortage in Colorado, we actually have a principal shortage as well, and we did have to expand this program in order to draw down the federal dollars so that we don't return money to the federal government. So respectfully, I ask for a no vote on this amendment.
Is there any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of Amendment L002. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. No. The amendment fails. To the bill. The question before us is House Bill 1001 as amended. Yes, I know, it's very exciting, 1001. Space Odyssey bill. And so all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, the bill is passed. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1005 until tomorrow.
So moved. Mr. Schiebel? Oh, that bill will be laid over. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title of House Bill 1072.
House Bill 1072 by Representative Velasco, also Senator Roberts, concerning the compensation of civil defense workers.
Representative Velasco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move HB 1072 and ask for an aye vote. There is no committee report.
To the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am a wildland firefighter and have worked in incident management as a public information officer for fire in our state and also across the country. And this bill is just making sure that our volunteers who come into the incident management system are able to get paid workers' comp and covered under workers' comp. And incident management teams get deployed when the local capacity for responding to an emergency is reached. So this is about public safety. This is about supporting our local and state and federal first responders and making sure that we all are safe when there's an emergency. So I urge and I vote.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1072? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of House Bill 1072. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. House Bill 1072 is adopted. Passed. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
You have heard the call to rise and report, and we will do that.
The House will come back to order. Mr. Shebel, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your Committee of the Whole begs leave to report it has under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof and making the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1001 as amended, 1006 as amended, 1072 passed on second reading and ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. House Bill 1005 laid over until February 2nd, 2023.
Representative Froelich. The motion before us is that the House adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole. There are no amendments at the desk. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Woodrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Woodrow votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Garcia? Please close the machine. With 45 ayes, 19 noes, 1 excuse, the House adopts the report of the Committee of the Whole. Members, any additional announcements or introductions? Seeing none, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.